this is Scrapping Amy with Well Mommy Scrapping, and welcome to Take Two Tuesday, where I take my Happy Scrappy Sunday video from Facebook Live, speed it up, narrate it, and put it on YouTube for those of you who missed it to watch again. Now, I have an owl on my desk. I had just said goodbye to my daughter. She's going up and spending a week at her grandmother's house. She's actually there right now. And when I went into my bedroom, I found her stuffed owl Errol on the bed with this note that said, "I miss Elizabeth. Can you take care of me?" So he even had his little pink suitcase with him. So I decided this had to be what I scrapbook today. So I went ahead and snapped a quick shot, and I decided to use the photo and then one of the notes. The other note that's on top of the suitcase simply says, "My suitcase." And I figured Head in the Clouds by Shamel would be the absolute perfect thing to use for this. I'm finding a bunch of branding strips in my my Head in the Clouds scrap file, which surprised me. So I think I must have done some layouts at a retreat and then completely forgot to take them out when I got home. So I set them aside. And now I'm going through her journaling pad and just kind of pulling out some things that I think might work. Someone on the live asked me about my branding strips, and this is what I do with them. I put them in this large jar. I call it my vase. And anytime I use up a piece of paper with a 12-inch piece of paper with a branding strip on it, I save it. And I put it in the jar, and then it lets me see what I have done over the year. I have a pin from Pinterest that I quite like. It's got a 5x7 photo, actually, and my picture of Errol's 4x6. And then it has two 4x3 photos. And the 4x3 photos, I'm going to use the note instead of those photos. Decided I want to back this pink star paper with some cardstock, and black isn't working, so I'm trying to match the dark teal that I have there. And that paper kind of works. And going through, they have this beautiful periwinkle color, and that's what I decide to go with. It's not a color I tend to use often in my scrapbooking, and definitely not with cardstock. So to find it and have it match just so perfectly, I'm like, okay, this is it. Using this piece. So I've got my border now. And I am just trimming down some papers, trying to get my little bits and scraps. That was one thing. So I'll do layouts. I keep my scraps. Sorry about that. I keep knocking into my cord for my camera there. I end up accumulating so many scraps. I actually have a pocket that I keep with each of my Shamel collections that I put all the scraps in. And I get to the point that I have so many that I'm like, okay, I need to use the scraps. I need to specifically do a layout where I use up scraps. And that's one of the things that I did do with some of this here. So I have this beautiful green, it almost looks like pine paper that I use for the large scrap in the back. And then I find these not binding strips. The strip that I just showed you a picture of. What I do with them, and I can't remember what they're called. Anyways, I had gotten them with a kit. The paper was cut down to 6x6 paper, and so I kept these border strips. That's what they're called. I kept the border strips because I don't use border strips, so that way when I needed something, I would have them. Now this layout, what you see right there with that periwinkle and light aqua dotted thing, tends to sum up this entire layout. There are so many gaps. I rarely use anything that stretches all the way across. I bought the entire collection for this, including all the washi tape. And I have so much washi tape. I don't use this washi. It makes me sad. So I pulled out the unicorn stuff, and almost every single unicorn is covered up. Like, you cannot even see them. The one on the far left, that pink one, is what you end up seeing the most of. And even that, you don't see the entire thing. So I find this from the journaling pad. I'm going to use it for my large vertical element, and of course it's too small, so cut it in half. Like we're playing Let's Chop Everything Up. And I needed to chop it so that it was big enough to almost fit the full 12 by 12, because it goes over the pattern paper onto the cardstock border in the sketch. On the sketch, if you saw it when I was showing it to you, it is fishtailed at both ends, and I do not do that. And I'm getting to the point where I'm like, I need some backgrounds on my paper or I am kind of going to lose it. So I use the alphabet side. You can't even tell that they're alphabets. It's just bits of color. I use that round pink and orange paper with the clouds from the journaling pad. I don't tend to journal on a circle like that, so I thought this was a great way to use that paper. And so this was her collection that came out in 2018. The second collection from 2018. I think, yes, because Sparkle City was the first collection from 2019. And we're about to have the second 2019 collection come out. And I'm like, I need to get Head in the Clouds used a heck of a lot more than I already have. So you can still see the gaps in the striped. And this has some more vertical elements. So I'm like, well, let me use some washi. My sister got me this gorgeous pink and holographic. It's not washi because it's plastic, but this pink and holographic tape. And oh my gosh, I've hardly used it. It's from Paper Chase. She lives in England. So she'll pick me up things like that she thinks I'm going to like. And it has so the sketch has this circular element over the top right corner. And I don't particularly want to do that. So I am using this dragon. So the owl Errol is named Errol from Harry Potter. And so I figured I'm going to include some of that kind of whimsical type theme stuff in there. I do struggle with using these imaginary creatures quite a lot. So it's kind of nice to be able just to include them. I decided I need to get that note in or I'm going to forget to include it. And by the time I remember, it's going to all be covered up. That round in the corner says Imaginary Friends Club. That comes up a lot in this collection. Like it's a sticker. It's this chipboard. I think it's in the small sticker pack too, the little sticker book. And it's not one that I'm going to be able to use over and over and over again. So if I'm able to get it in, I want to get it in. So that is one of these journaling boxes from that journaling pad. My mom made a comment that this, because you see the paper under my yellow scissors on the left, she made a comment that one of the papers with all the banners over it reminds her of Hogwarts, which is, I'm like, oh, yes, absolutely. So I'm trying to include some of that type of motif in this because I have not really done much with that banner motif. Errol is named Errol from the Weasley's family owl from Harry Potter. My daughter has been on a huge Harry Potter kick. And if you saw my Take Two Tuesday from a couple weeks ago, I actually scrapbooked the Hogwarts letter she got to let her know, surprise, she was going to get to go to Universal Studios in August. So we leave in a few weeks for that, and that is going to be super exciting. So I am using these light blue stickers. I do not know where these light blue, I guess they're almost mint or aqua. I guess I'd go with more of a minty look. These come from, I don't know, aqua. I don't know. Mint, aqua. It's one of those where it could be either, depending on what it's backed with. But they came in a kit, I'm assuming. Probably one from Christina at the Not Secret Kit Club. And I'm just spelling a special. So the full title is A Special Visitor. The title in the sketch has it going over the circular element. And I don't like that. So I've been using this little bowl to hold some Copic coloring I've been doing. My husband got me some Copic markers for our anniversary, so I've kind of been playing around with that. So I'm like, oh, let me dump those out because I need my bowl. And I pull some more, just different things that I think will work. That Sleeping Dragon. I love that Sleeping Dragon. I have not used him yet. I think I end up not using him. I don't use that orange butterfly from the die cuts. I am pulling more of the chipboard out. I don't think I have used this much chipboard on a single layout in quite a while. There were 3 stamps, so I used all of those. And there I go. I cover up more of that unicorn on the washi tape. And I want more of this pink holographic foil tape to show. And there's a gap in it. but you can't see it once I get the stamp down. And then this badge, which reminds me of a prefix badge, says happily ever after. And I think that works beautifully. And then I have these banners, and I end up including both of them. The green one will go at the bottom of that journaling, and I want to include some stamping on it. Now, I've got these rings. I have a true addiction to roller stamps. I love roller stamps, and if a roller stamp comes with a collection, I'm quite likely to buy it. I have so many roller stamps that I've actually accidentally bought 2 of. So I keep the backs of all of the packaging on a binder ring, and now 2 binder rings because I have so many. And that way I can flip through and see what everything says easily and then go look for the roller stamp. And I have it separated. I have 2 of those Tim Holtz racks, the library card racks, or not library card, library like date stamp racks. And so I have a set 2 binder rings because one's for each of the spinners. Let me tell you, when you accidentally knock one of those spinner racks over, oh, you wake up the entire house. So I have this little frog with this cute little matte holographic crown. He's going up on foam. And here I use the sticker book that does not want to ever stay together. It gets more and more, it falls apart more and more. Eventually it's going to end up, each individual page will be there. I cut a large foam dot in half to put that butterfly up, so it's kind of like resting, about to land on the word imaginary. I'm just kind of sprinkling some various things throughout. I'm going to put some some hearts. I think I've now used up all of the hearts in the sticker book, and I wish they had more. Oh, these hearts are just such the perfect size, and I love the colors. And so I kind of decide I'm just going to use all of them. I mean, I don't have that many left. Now I am including all of these beautiful periwinkle holographic glitter enamel shapes. I use 1 shape from each. So they've got stars, circles, and hearts. So I use 1 star, 1 circle, 1 heart in each. And I make sure each of those had a large shape and 2 small ones. So I include 1 large shape in each cluster and 2 small ones. I'm putting the date on it. And I think I am wrapping it up. Wait, there was one more thing I wanted to include. And I think I'm done. I'm checking my layout. And I think that is it. And still shots are coming up. I hope you all have a lovely day. Bye.